I'm Abby Tamkin. I am a PhD student in ecological engineering at OSU, and I came to care about the environment and about climate specifically a few years ago when I was at the end of my undergrad and beginning of graduate work, just realizing that I was putting up barriers between the secular and sacred aspects of my life. And since I was in an environmental field, the environment was certainly one of the places where I was asking myself if I had a divide. I grew up recycling and doing all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't out of a motivation from my faith. It was just it was the good thing to do. And as an engineer, I care about efficiency, and I see recycling as being very efficient. But the motivations for caring about the environment, those have changed for me since I realized that part of my calling as a Christian is to care for the earth. God cares for it, and there are people that live in it. It's not just the water and the animals and the atmosphere that I want to care about and care for, but it's also the people that are affected by changes in that world. And that's something that really easily meshes with other parts of my faith that have been held for a long time, caring for the least of these, caring for those in poverty, caring for physical needs of people, as well as spiritual needs. There's definitely a lot of connections between my faith and in the environment, and then climate specifically, because of the reliance that many people in poverty around the world have on their environment, their immediate environment, whether it's fishing in water nearby their home, or whether it's the weather that waters their crops, or the migration patterns of animals that they herd. People in poverty have a harder time escaping from ramifications of climate change, and so in order to care about those people well, one of the ways to do that is to see climate change as a threat to their livelihood and well-being. So in order to care about them, I should also care about climate change. So the church and other Christians should care because not only does God care about the earth, but I think something that we can more easily all agree on is that God cares about the people that live on the earth, and those people are affected by changes in the earth, whether it's pollution or climate change or other issues. If the church wants to care for people and for their lives, then a good way of doing that is to care about and be motivated by environmental degradation and climate change. Something specific that I would encourage other Christians to do is to read about the environment and about climate change. I think a great introduction to that is the new encyclical by the Pope, Laudato Si, Care for Our Common Home, and I think he does a really good job of connecting a lot of dots, especially for Christians, dots between motivations, action, people, and I think it's a really good introduction to the topic, especially through a Christian lens, asking why we should care and what things we should do, not even just whether or not we should recycle, but how we should change our attitudes towards consumerism and things like much bigger picture things. I think that's a really good place to start.